I don't want to live in Delhi at all. My village is the best place I have ever seen in my whole life, and I really want to live there, work there for the environment. Like my father.
Sir, you said Gen Z is smart, and I think that's because Gen Z is the most vocal out of all the previous generations that have been there. Sir, is being just vocal enough for this, or do we have to actually get on the ground, do volunteering and things too?
Do you think that somewhere this is becoming an obstacle from doing something good for the environment?
Trees are the only thing which removes the air pollution, but we are removing the trees and we are increasing the cars, we are increasing buildings, roads, factories.
Today, we are here to answer a very important question. It's related to the youth of our nation and the global people. Whether Gen Z or our youth, our generation, is actually making an impact towards conservation of our environment, or is it just limited to awareness and campaigns? So we have here Mr. Viren Khanna sir with us to answer this question. Hello, sir.
Hi, how are you doing?
Sir, I'm doing great.
Good. So I think, the Gen Z is making a difference, and there's more hope from the Gen Z. The previous generations, they are not so active about environment conservation, and in the generations before me, there was also a lot of corruption and all. So people think of their own profits, and they let the people of the country suffer. But now with the Gen Z coming up, they're thinking more broadly and thinking about the benefit for everybody instead of just personal gains. So I think, I can actually see the difference happening, and it's good. So we have a good future with the Gen Z coming up.
Okay, sir. Sir, I want to ask a little personal question from you. Sir, what was the moment when you thought, when you decided that this is not just a mere interest and it can be a long-term commitment that you want to devote yourself to?
It started with me saving some trees which were getting cut, and then I decided that I started learning more about the rules, the laws, about how to save the trees, how to save the wildlife, and then I had to start this NGO, New Delhi Nature Society, and through this we've been spreading awareness, and that's how I realized that it's going to be a long-term battle. It's not something that's going to be done overnight, and through many activities, many awareness programs, campaigns, through social media, through just on-ground field activities. I already did some meditation back then, and then I realized this is the answer, this is the solution, and it's going to take time. It's like we have to create an army of people. One person can't do everything alone, so we need to train a full generation of people to be able to make that change which we're looking for.
Yes, sir. Sir, as an aspiring environmentalist and naturalist myself, I do talk to people of my age. And whenever the topic is about this conservation environment, most of the people say कि it is not a lucrative option. Like it won't get them any fruit of their labor. Like कुछ उनको expense नहीं मिलेगा, कुछ उनको funds नहीं आएंगे तो फिर.
So to save the environment, you're not going to become a millionaire. So, but that's not the focus when you're working in this line. There have been times when trees are getting cut or some wildlife is getting injured, and if we don't do anything, then you don't get a good night's sleep. You keep stressing about that. So only when you start doing some action on that, whether you succeed or fail, that's a secondary thing. But at least you try, use your education, whatever you've been learning your entire life, put that to some good use, and then see if you can actually make a difference. It's all about at least giving it a shot, trying to make that attempt, and yeah, one thing is important. Your safety is important, so you should not compromise your safety in any way. But yeah, use your brain, use your skills. No matter what skills you have, if you're a singer, dancer, doctor, lawyer, anything, uh, you can either protect the environment with your skills or destroy the environment with your skills. So I think that's really important. And yeah, getting rich is one thing, but being sustainable in this field is a different thing. So yeah, as long as you start doing the good work, people start seeing it, then automatically the support will just come.
Yeah. So talking about sustainable habit, sir, we say कि even small habits make big change, but most of us perceive it as just being on paper. So do small habits actually make a big change in, like, if we incorporate small habits in our personal lives, would that actually make a change?
Yeah, every small action has a big reaction. So from just segregating our waste, from not using too much electricity or water, uh, we are making a difference in our life. Like they say, no, that the entire ocean is filled with one drop of water. So like that, with your small actions, if everybody starts doing small actions, then you'll actually see a big ripple effect and see the change happening around. Like just yesterday, I went to some restaurant and it was a McDonald's restaurant, so uh, nobody was putting the trash in the two dustbins. Everyone was just leaving it on their tables and going. But when me and my friend we went and we put our waste in the different dustbins over there, then everybody started seeing us, and then the thing followed. The trend started, and then everybody around us they also started getting up and using the dustbin. So you have to lead by example. Everybody is waiting for someone to show the way, and you can be the one that you're waiting for. Don't wait for somebody else to do that. You are the one who you're waiting for. So you start getting doing the change, things that you expect others to see. If you do it, then you'll start seeing the difference starting.
So especially in this age of social media, like, we can create a big influence.
Yeah, social media is good, but social media can only take you to a certain distance. After that, on ground is also important, and then even like we're fighting many legal battles to save the trees, the wildlife here in Delhi, the forest in Delhi. So if we didn't do all that, if we just stick to focusing on getting likes and followers, then we won't achieve all the main goals we're trying to achieve. So it all has to go hand in hand. Like we have 5 fingers on our hand to make a fist. So like that, we need all these different actions to come together to actually make that change. The change comes when you actually start making the effort not to throw something outside or correcting someone in a polite way that don't throw it outside, keep it in your pocket, go home and throw it somewhere else, find a dustbin and throw it off. So yeah, for the older generations it's very difficult for them to make the change, but for younger generations they're still learning in the learning process. So it's easy to get these habits. The more you start practicing it, then it becomes part of your daily lifestyle, and it's just like washing your hands or taking a bath or something. So it might take some effort, but everybody has to do it. And some people might be walking around without bathing or brushing their teeth or anything. So it's just with habit and practice and the people around, the society around, that enforce these things, and then it becomes the normal thing to do. So that's how we have to make it a normal thing, make it a cool thing also, make it a trendy thing. So then it will just stick to people as a habit.
Sir, do you think, like, Project Marty, our Project Marty that we have for conservation of soil, do student organization and institutes, small societies like ours, actually help or fuel this fire of environmental conservation?
It's a starting step, definitely. So without that starting step, what is the starting step? So this is a good starting step for the students in the college, and through this, at least you put that spark to start the fire. Once you have that spark, get people to start thinking in a certain way and start acting in a certain way, give them the ideas, giving the resources, the power to think that way, and then what all actions can be taken. Otherwise, people are clueless. But if you start supplying them with this kind of a toolkit of all the stuff which they need, then it's a good way to start. And at least you're starting somewhere with soil conservation. That's important. Like in Delhi now, it's becoming a concrete jungle. The soil surfaces are all disappearing. You already see the house sparrow, the state bird of Delhi. That's missing in Delhi now. So it's because those birds, they need soil everywhere. They have sand baths. They throw soil on top of themselves. But if there's no soil anywhere, then they have to go out of the city to look for some. So yeah, the soil conservation is an important thing, and whatever activities we take around that, it's a good eye-opening thing, and it's a starting step. So it's good. I mean, without that, they'll be clueless, or they don't have any direction where to go.
Yeah. Sir, we talked about initially in the conversation. You said the generation prior to yours had corruption.
Yeah.
So, sir, if you were to start all over again today in our generation, what would be the things, or what would be the first step you would take for the people who are watching, so they can do?
See, I've been in this line for about 11, 12 years now, and yeah. So from where I started to where we've reached now, we've gone through a lot. We've changed like thousands of people's lives. So many people have come for our workshops. They've actually written to us and told us how their life has changed. Some people have turned vegetarian. Some people have changed their family business from chemical fertilizer to organic fertilizers. So like that, we've actually brought change in people's lives. And I don't know, if I was starting now from a Gen Z point of view, from me being on this side of the table where I have all these years of experience, I've also learned from people who had more 15, 20 years more experience than me. They taught me everything I knew. And now I have to teach everything I know to the Gen Z people. Like this, we need to pass on our information. The people who are destroying the environment, they are more organized, they have more resources, more people, more funds. So they're doing a good job destroying the environment. But we also need to be organized. And my recommendation or suggestions would be to try to get as much information from the people who have been working in this field before you. They have the experience which you need to learn, and then you'll get the head start on that. So like this, it's a never-ending fight for environment conservation. It's been going on for millions of years, and it'll keep going on till the end of human civilization.
So do you think that schools and colleges teach enough about the environment conservation and the sustainability?
They teach the coursework covers like the hands-on work, the activities, things that you have to do, like maybe how solar panels work, how waste segregation works. But the real practical life, that I think colleges and schools, they need to get more into that. Like how to make the students actively save the trees in their city. What is the helpline number? Start making the complaints. So this can be the homework once a month or once a week. Find a tree which is damaged or which has cement around it, and make a complaint. Report that to the forest department, and follow up on it until the cement is removed by the government departments. So when you see that change actually happening in front of you just by writing mails, then it's very rewarding. Like they say, the power of the pen is mightier than the power of the sword. So just by writing these letters to the different officials, the people higher up in the hierarchy. So you can actually make all this change happen in the world around you. And yeah, this is a practical learning experience which there's no marks that come in your exams for this, but you'll actually see the results in your real world. That is what's important. So I think schools and colleges need to try to experiment with this a little bit, because this can be done from any age group, from age 5 or 5 to 10 or something, all the way up to college students. Just give them this homework to try to save some trees in your campus. We do all these different activities with schools and colleges. So wherever we've gone, we've done these activities, and those students have learned something, and they've actually been able to make the change. They sent me pictures of before and after, and we see the difference happening, and it's very rewarding to see the actual change that you're making in the world. And no amount of marks or report card can make you feel the same way.
Okay, sir, let's move to food habits now.
You see a lot of celebrities, they're promoting unhealthy things also, like maybe Coke or chips or something. So instead, but you don't see any celebrities promoting tomatoes and cucumbers to eat your spinach. That's not coming on TV. So yeah, there's a thing that they only advertise the things which are not good for you. So we need to make that change. If they start doing these campaigns about advertising the things which are good for you, which are good for the environment, then that will have a greater impact. People will stop going for those options, and they'll start looking for the healthier options everywhere. Instead of having those soft drinks which are unhealthy for you, they'll look for natural drinks which are good for you. So the options need to be available, the awareness needs to be there, and yeah, the influence is also important. So these days it's more of an online influence. So we have influencers doing their job, but yeah, again, someone needs to give them the right direction in which to move in. Usually they're doing it for gifts or some funds. So if they're getting the funds to promote some healthy diet, then maybe that will work out well for everybody. So we can look for those kind of models to influence those influencers.
Some really practical steps that we Gen Zs, we can initiate in our life that would really help the environment. Like rather than these food habits, like something else we can do in our daily life which would really impact.
Yeah, just whatever you see that's wrong in the world around you, you start taking some action against that. And you have to do it in a friendly way, you have to do it in a polite way, and just educate people around you. What is the right way? What is the, like, let's take an example of garbage on the road, or somebody, you're sitting with your family member in the car and they're throwing garbage outside the car. So at that point you have to tell them that this is wrong and you should keep it inside the car, wait till we get home and put it in the dustbin. So these kind of small actions, they will actually make a big difference. Let's see any other example you can suggest. If you see a lot of traffic jam, you can even call the Delhi traffic police and tell them that there's a traffic jam here and send somebody over here. But nobody does that. So when I've been seeing that, so I call the police and I tell them that there's too much traffic jam on this road, send somebody, and they send someone and they get the traffic cleared. But there are lakhs of people stuck in that jam and nobody cares about calling the traffic police. They keep thinking that somebody else will do it or it'll open by itself. So you have to be the one to initiate the change. You have to take that step and just see what you can do, make a call. Now you have ChatGPT also and stuff, so you can look for solutions to your immediate problems. And
What is one thing that gives you hope about the future of the planet, that something will really work as a miracle or something that would really help in saving the planet?
Especially in this time when we are seeing so
The
many
condition
issues,
is so...
and the environment is gradually degrading. We see oil spills.
the war is also going on.
Yeah, due to the war, we see oil spills.
So yeah, the Gen Z is more brighter than the previous generations. So even this war is kind of useless. The people who are fighting, they are not actually on the field. They're sending somebody else to fight for them, and those people are losing their lives for those people who are sitting in their offices. But yeah, I think the future generations, the Gen Zs, and after that, they're going to, we just need to empower them, give them the tools, resources, the ideas, the knowledge, what to do, how to do it, and then they're going to make the difference. And yeah, so that is the main hope which we have. The future generations are going to make the change. Some people say like, okay, this is like shifting the problem for somebody else to fix it. But like we are doing as much as we can in my generation. In Delhi, we have like just a handful of people from my generation who are actually working on environment conservation. But from your generation, there are way more people.
Sir, you said Gen Z is smart, and I think that's because Gen Z is the most vocal out of all the previous generations that have been there. Sir, matlab, is being just vocal enough for this, or do we have to actually get on the ground, do volunteering and things too?
Yeah, being vocal is important. Only when I started speaking up, then I started being able to save the trees in my neighborhood. There's a park right across, and many times the elderly people over here, they want to cut down all the trees and make lollipop-shaped trees, and nobody can stand under those. It doesn't give any shade; it just looks nice. And then they want the grass to grow, and when the grass grows, then they want the grass cut, and then water the grass again, it will grow again. They want it cut, so they want to be stuck in that cycle. But because I've been vocal about it. And I told everybody all the benefits, and I've made a lot of enemies also because of this. So in that whole process, I've even made some complaints against the MCD and residents over here who are getting the trees cut. And that's why right now the park is full of these fully grown trees, and the air pollution level is much lower around this park because the trees are still surviving. And yeah, with a few good people in the neighborhood, we got together and we planted around 100 trees in this neighborhood around 10 years back. So before that, for 35 years, nobody planted any tree in this colony. It was just when the colony started, then the MCD planted trees on the roadsides. And for 35 years, nobody planted any trees. People removed a lot of trees. Some trees fell in the storms and all. But yeah, I got together with the authorities and with the colony people, and we went around planting trees. So some residents, they were fighting with us that they don't want any trees outside the house. But then there were other people who said that don't plant one, plant three, or plant five instead. So it works both ways. Some people are pro-environment, some are anti-environment, and yeah, those ones who are anti-environment, their children are going to grow up and realize the issues, and they will make the change at some point.
And to sustain that population, we do need areas, so we resort to encroaching. Like the Amazon rainforest, there has been logging, like severe logging of Amazon forest, which leads to the biodiversity loss and loss of homes for tribals. I mean, is there any like feasible? What would be a feasible option for this? We can't stop development. Like
See, let's talk about Delhi. In Delhi, there's 5 trees getting cut down every hour. That's what the authorities have submitted in the court, and this is the official number. The unofficial number may be double or triple, which people have not reported. So many trees are getting cut down every hour. Delhi, we know, is the most polluted place in the entire planet. Trees are the only thing which removes the air pollution. But we are removing the trees, and we are increasing the cars, we are increasing buildings, roads, factories, people, and the only thing which is the cure, we are removing that, making the situation worse. So, yeah, many people have given me this argument that how will the humans survive? We need to remove the trees, but at one point, you'll just have one tree left, in the entire country. Are you going to cut that also? And then what will you do? After that is cut, you have 0 trees left. More people are increasing, then what are you going to do? So that solution which you're going to use at that point, you might as well use that solution right now instead of waiting till you're at that point of no return. So just think ahead in the future that okay, there's no space left, there's no trees left. Every inch of this entire country has become a piece of cement. Everybody has taken all the accommodation possible. So maybe your lifespan is going to be reduced by 40 years. People are dying at the age of 10, 15. Maybe no more people are being born. So why should we wait till that point when we're going to make a solution at that point anyway? So might as well use that solution now before we reach there. So try to meditate on this, focus, put your brain in that situation that you've reached the point of no return. What is the solution? And then come back here to this moment and start applying that solution right now.
So yeah, environment is very multifaceted. So
Yeah.
we obviously have to think of economic development and population as well. So
Yeah, that's why we have to be sustainable also, and like they say, sustainable is attainable. So we need to just make sure that we're not destroying the environment which keeps us alive, and at the same time we have our own development going on. Yeah, because once you start destroying the environment, you're hurting yourself only, and then there's no point of the development because it's not a development anymore. It's just destruction.
Our project Mati, we work for the soil conservation of the environment. So, do you think that these projects, which are led by the youth, can make a change? Like, are they really impactful, or they are just bounded, or just they're about like paperwork and that social media, or they are really making a change on the ground level?
I think it is making a change, but at a very small level, and you have to just see how you're going to carry that forward and make it a bigger impact, and not just leave it as a semester project, but it has to have an actual impact on the world. And yeah, it should go on for some time till you actually see the impacts. And if it's a really good plan, then at some point it won't be required anymore, because you'll reach your goal, you'll get your success, and then the project won't be required anymore. So that is the ultimate goal. I had the same goal with this NGO that right now we need to protect the environment and get everybody trained, and just there should be a point where this NGO is not required anymore because everybody is doing the right thing for the environment conservation. So that is the ultimate goal. Even with this project, Marty, you have to think in a way that it starts growing in a way that it impacts everybody and people's entire life, and view on life changes till the point that you don't need the project anymore because you've got the success, the mission is accomplished. So think of it like that, and these college projects and school projects, they are good stepping stones, way to start, but it should grow and reach a point where it has a major impact. Like when an object falls from a height, there's a thing called terminal velocity. So it will keep accelerating till a point where it reaches the maximum speed of acceleration. The same way, your impact with these projects, it should reach a point where it reaches the maximum speed, where everybody is on board and doing those things which were planned, and then you don't need the project anymore because it's already ingrained into everybody's system, and then you've made the change. So that should be the ultimate goal. Many people are just planting trees for their likes and followers, but the next day somebody goes and cuts those trees, and then they don't know what to do. So that's what we are focusing on. We are trying to save the trees in Delhi, and we are also helping people in other parts of the world. People get in touch with us, and then we teach them the steps what we are doing, so that they can do something similar there and protect their trees. So because see, the forests in the world, they were not created by humans, they were created by forces of nature, but humans are destroying it, and humans can only save it. So if trees are getting cut down, we need our saving game needs to be stronger than our planting game. Planting will keep happening. Every time the wind blows, seeds are growing everywhere. Every time a bird is eating something, it drops something down and a new tree grows over there. So yeah, the forces of nature will keep greening up the place, but we have to take the role of saving whatever's there. That is more important.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope all of your questions have been answered. We had a really great time talking to Viren sir, and it was a really a pleasant experience. Thank you, sir.
Thank you
And-
for having us. Yeah,
Okay.
a good show.
We'll meet next time in another podcast.